For decades, Microsoft Windows has been the default operating system for personal computing, from office desktops to gaming machines and family laptops. Windows built an ecosystem so large that many users never seriously considered alternatives. But in recent years, something interesting has started happening. Conversations that once belonged to small groups of enthusiasts are becoming mainstream. More people are asking a question that would have sounded unrealistic years ago. Is Windows losing its grip on personal computing? And is Linux finally entering a new era of mass adoption? Windows 11 was introduced as Microsoft's vision for the future. It arrived with a refreshed interface, redesigned menus, stronger integration with cloud services, and new security standards. On paper, it looked like the next natural evolution of the world's most widely used desktop operating system. Yet, the reception has been mixed. While many users upgraded without issue, others began expressing concerns that touched something deeper than visual changes or performance benchmarks. They started questioning direction. One of the biggest points of friction was hardware requirements. Windows 11 introduced stricter compatibility standards, including support for newer processors and security modules like TPM 2.0. Microsoft argued that these requirements were necessary to improve security and reliability. But millions of perfectly functional computers suddenly became labeled as unsupported. Users who expected several more years of life from their systems found themselves facing a choice: buy new hardware, stay on an aging version of Windows, or explore alternatives. That's where Linux enters the conversation. For years, Linux carried a reputation that scared average users away. It was often viewed as something only developers, server administrators, and technology enthusiasts used. Installing Linux once meant terminal commands, troubleshooting drivers, and sacrificing convenience. But modern Linux distributions have changed dramatically. Today, installing many Linux systems can be easier than setting up a fresh Windows installation. Interfaces have become polished, software management has improved, and hardware compatibility has expanded. Distributions like Ubuntu, Fedora Linux, Mint, Poppy, _OS, and others now offer experiences designed specifically for everyday users. This timing matters. As Windows 11 asks users to adapt to stricter requirements and increasing integration with online services, Linux appears to be moving in the opposite direction, offering flexibility, customization, and lower hardware demands. Another factor fueling Linux's rise is growing awareness of ownership and control. Modern computing increasingly revolves around ecosystems. Accounts, subscriptions, cloud synchronization, telemetry AI features, and recurring services are becoming standard. Some users appreciate this convenience. Others see it differently. They want computers that behave more like personal devices rather than managed platforms. Linux aligns strongly with that second perspective. Because Linux distributions are open source, users can inspect, modify, and customize nearly every aspect of the system. There's no forced advertising layer, fewer restrictions on software installation, and greater transparency regarding how the operating system behaves. This doesn't mean Linux is perfect. Windows still dominates in areas that matter deeply to everyday users. Software compatibility remains one of Microsoft's greatest advantages. Professional tools, enterprise applications, and specialized business software are often designed first and sometimes exclusively for Windows. Gaming has also long been a Windows stronghold. Yet, even the landscape is shifting. Valve's investment in Linux compatibility through Proton transformed expectations. Thousands of games that once required Windows now run surprisingly well on Linux. Devices like the Steam Deck introduced millions of users to Linux without them even thinking about operating systems. For many players, performance differences became small enough that the old assumption of Linux cannot game started disappearing. Developers represent another important group driving change. Programming tools increasingly operate across platforms. Web development, containers, cloud infrastructure, and open source frameworks work exceptionally well on Linux. Many developers already use Linux professionally in servers and cloud environments, making desktop adoption feel more natural. Education is changing too. Students learning programming, cybersecurity, data science, and AI often encounter Linux early in their education. As those users become professionals, familiarity reduces barriers that once kept Windows dominant. Then there's economics. Personal computing has become more expensive. Users hold on to hardware longer than before. When older systems struggle with newer operating systems, Linux offers a compelling alternative. Instead of replacing a laptop, Users can install a lightweight Linux distribution and continue using the same machine for years. This creates a different kind of value proposition. Rather than asking people to upgrade hardware to support software, Linux often extends hardware life to support users. At the same time, privacy concerns continue shaping consumer decisions. People are increasingly aware of data collection practices across technology platforms. While Windows includes extensive telemetry and connected experiences designed to improve services, some users prefer operating systems that minimize background communication and provide clearer control. Linux distributions frequently appeal to those priorities. But does all of this mean Windows 11 is entering inevitable decline? Probably not in the dramatic sense. Windows remains enormous. Businesses depend on it. Enterprises build infrastructure around it. Schools teach with it. Manufacturers ship it by default. Decades of compatibility and user familiarity create momentum that cannot disappear overnight. However, inevitability may not mean collapse. Instead, Windows could face something less dramatic but equally significant: gradual erosion. For years, Microsoft's biggest advantage was that alternatives felt difficult. Today, alternatives feel increasingly practical. People no longer need to switch their entire digital lives at once. They can dual boot. They can use browser-based applications. They can move specific workflows to Linux while keeping Windows for others. That flexibility changes the equation. The future of personal computing may not belong to one operating system at all. We may be entering an era of coexistence. Windows could remain dominant in enterprise and mainstream consumer markets, while Linux expands among developers, creators, gamers, students, privacy-conscious users, and people extending older hardware. What makes this moment interesting isn't that Linux is replacing Windows overnight, it's that users now genuinely have a choice. And once people realize they have options, markets change. Windows 11 may continue evolving with AI integration, cloud services, and modern workflows. Linux will continue improving usability and accessibility. Competition will push both ecosystems forward. That competition benefits everyone, because the real story isn't whether Windows declines or Linux wins. The real story is that personal computing is becoming personal again. Users are starting to ask what they actually want from their computers instead of simply accepting defaults. Some will choose Windows, others will choose Linux. Many will use both. And that shift in mindset may become the most important change of all in the next era of computing.